government should call a general election to be held on the 8th of June.
That's right, it's time for an election. As you know that now, you've probably heard it all over the news. Let's find out why.
Since the referendum, we have seen consumer confidence remain high, record numbers of jobs, and economic growth that has exceeded all expectations. We have also delivered on the mandate that we were handed by the referendum result. Britain is leaving the European Union, and there can be no turning back.
Okay, did anyone get, like, the chills run up their spine after she just said that? Because, Jesus, that was scary.
And as we look to the future, the government has the right plan for negotiating our new relationship with Europe. We want a deep and special partnership between a strong and successful European Union and a United Kingdom that is free to chart its own way in the world. That means we will regain control of our own money, our own laws, and our own borders. And we will be free to strike trade deals with old friends and new partners all around the world.
Yeah. We've heard this stuff before. Get to the point as to why you're holding this godforsaken election.
This is the right approach, and it is in the national interest. But the other political parties oppose it.
Oh, things just got real.
At this moment of enormous national significance, there should be unity here in Westminster. But instead, there is division. The country is coming together, but Westminster is not. In recent weeks, Labour have threatened to vote against the final agreement we reach with the European Union. The Liberal Democrats have said they want to grind the business of government to a standstill. The Scottish National Party say they will vote against the legislation that formally repeals Britain's membership of the European Union.
Wow. I mean, even her predecessor would at least allege the other parties. Here she's just outright condemning them. I mean, damn, she has some balls. Basically just say, yeah, like, you're screwing us, you're screwing us, you're screwing us. Damn.
And unelected members of the House of Lords have vowed to fight us every step of the way.
Just to bear in mind, some of those lords are yours. Some of them are Tory lords. Just make a mental note of that, Theresa.
Our opponents believe, because the government's majority is so small, that our resolve will weaken and that they can force us to change course. They are wrong. They underestimate our determination to get the job done. And I am not prepared to let them endanger the security of millions of working people across the country. Because what they are doing jeopardizes the work we must do to prepare for Brexit at home. And it weakens the government's negotiating position in Europe. If we do not hold a general election now, their political game playing will continue, and the negotiations with the European Union will reach their most difficult stage in the run-up to the next scheduled election.
Well, there you go, her reasons. As you can probably tell, it's caused quite a bit of an upstir. But yeah, she's basically saying our opponents are screwing us, let's just hold this so I can get on with Brexit. I thought I'd have a look at the other political parties' leaders and see what their reaction is. So first up, obviously the opposition leader, Jeremy Corbyn. Let's see what he's got to say.
There's to be a general election.
I welcome the opportunity.
Yeah, I bet you welcome it. Because if you didn't, it shows just how screwed you know you are.
For us to put the case to the people of Britain, to stand up against this government and its failed economic agenda, which has left our NHS in problems, which has left our schools underfunded, which has left so many people uncertain. We want to put a case out there for the people of Britain of a society that cares for all, an economy that works for all, and a Brexit that works for all.
Labour's been consistently behind in opinion polls, so you're not particularly in a strong starting place. Would you concede that? Would you concede that you face an uphill struggle from here?
We're going out there to put the case.
Yes, that's right. Ignore the question about the fact that you're so far behind in the polls that you have no hope of you winning, and just been saying for the same stuff that you have been for the past, 2 years? This is why you're failing, Corbyn. This is why nobody's going to vote for you. Why can't anybody tell him that? Why can't he see that? For God's sake.
Put the case of how this country could be run, how it could be different, how we could have a much fairer society that works for all, for everybody in our community. That's the case we're putting, and I'm looking forward to doing it.
So what will you be doing then over the coming weeks to turn around the polls and...
Okay, so the rest of the clip is basically just him going on about, blah, 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 more peace and love and fairness and goodwill and, more spending instead of tax cuts, oppose the Tories, blah, blah, blah. It's all just the same stuff you've been hearing from Corbyn for the past 2 years. So, but I want to get to just this bit where he's asked the question of whether Labour loses.
If Labour loses this election, will you stand down as Labour?
We are campaigning to win this election. That's the only question now.
Oh, good point. Dodge the question.
Are you the next Prime Minister?
If we win the election, yes, and I want to lead a government that will transform this country, give real hope to everybody, and above all, bring about a principle of justice for everybody and economic opportunities for everybody.
Your answer should be yes. Yes, you are the next Prime Minister to run this country. Not if, not maybe. Yes, I am certain I am the next Prime Minister. And then don't go off on a tangent about saying all the same stuff you've just said. Your answer should be yes. No wonder you're losing. No wonder. Anyway, as you can probably guess, a lot are expecting the Labour Party to lose a lot. So I want to now take a look at the reaction by Tim Farron, the leader of the Liberal Democrat Party.
And indeed, it's an opportunity for us to have a decent, strong opposition in this country that we desperately need. You only get those things with the Liberal Democrats. Indeed, only through the Liberal Democrats is there any pathway for the Conservatives losing their majority.
Looking to capitalise on Labour's failures, hey? Because your 9 MPs will really stand up against Tories, 300 and something MPs? Yeah, that's right, break the barriers. Or something.
Theresa May says it's the right time. Is it the right time for the Liberal Democrats?
Well, we've been calling for an early general election since Theresa May became Prime Minister without there being an election.
No, you haven't. You have not said a single word about that. This is why I don't trust you. Because you make up stuff as you go along. This is why I'd rather vote. If it's between you and Labour, I'd vote Labour. Because at least they don't make stuff up.
Last summer. So it's an opportunity for the country, more importantly, to say this is the direction they want the country to go in, not the direction, the extreme direction that Theresa May is taking us in.
The Prime Minister?
Oh, it's extreme now, is it? It was hard Brexit, now it's extreme Brexit. Now you're taking on the Greens version of Brexit. Also, this idea of this is not what the country asked for. Yes, it was. That's why we had a referendum, you idiot.